everyone, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be about how to draw a face for beginners and how to color with Copic skin. And as the title states it, this part 1 is going to be about coloring fair skin. So this is part of a series in where I illustrate a face and then I apply Copic markers, but in this particular case it's going to be for fair skin. Then the next video is going to be medium skin tones, then the third video is going to be dark skin tones. So hopefully you enjoy these kind of videos. So let's move on to the process. Well, I start by drawing a vertical line, then doing a horizontal curving line kind of towards the middle of the vertical line. I estimate where the nose is gonna go, where the eyes are gonna go, and the lips. I draw a line across the nose to indicate that's where the nose is gonna be. Then I trace around, making the face shape. Then the ears, make sure everything is there in the same right places. These are all just estimations. I didn't use a ruler for this, but maybe for further ones I will use one. And then I'm going over with the eyes, kind of like a cat eye wink, but it's like half a circle, and then but I kind of stretch the line like a wink, cat wink. Then I flip the page because I learned about this technique in where you flip the paper upside down to, in this case, to trace the eye, the shape of the eye that's already drawn on the other side. Just focus on the shape of the eye, and this will help get symmetrical and similar eyes to both sides without any eye being too big or too small. This is the first time I try it, but I'm going to continue trying it to see if I improve with the eyes. Then I flip it again. So I'm continuing going over the eyes, trying to make them as symmetrical as possible. Then here, and then after I finish with the sketch with the col-prismacolor, I use my HB pencil. Any pencil, regular pencil works for this. When I go over my pencil, over the Prismacolor, is when I realize my mistakes. I try to make them as both sides of the face as symmetrical as possible, as similar as possible. And here I'm outlining everything. I outline everything. Try to make sure the eyes are nicely traced with the HB pencil. Then I move on to the other eye, trying to make it as similar as possible. Because all the proportions of the face have to match, have to be in a good size. Because you wouldn't want an eye too big or a mouth too big and a tiny nose. So here I trace the whole head, the ears. So as you can see, I kept on erasing and fixing the ears. There's a lot of erasing involved when trying to make a perfect, kind of almost perfect face, fashion figure. But again, once again, this is for beginners. And then I tried to make sure the neck wasn't too big or too small. Now we're moving in with coloring the face. But first, I always outline with the micro pen 0.03. I outline all the pencil where there's pencil marks, so outline everything. I spend a lot of time on the eyes, try to make them as symmetrical as possible. I don't want an eye too big or too small, and that's what I'm doing right now, trying to spend my time on making those eyes good enough for the face. Meanwhile, you're watching me outline this fashion face. Don't forget to check out my Etsy shop. I sell all my good art there. You can check it out. The links are below or in the description. You're welcome to go visit them and see what kind of art I'm selling there. And then just continue watching. So I always spend a lot of my time outlining the face features, and at the end is where I outline and trace over around the face. And last, the ears. I sometimes forget to trace the ears, but in this case I did not. I traced them. Now I'm still fixing the eyes, trying to make them as similar as possible on both sides. Then I erase all the pencil in Prismacolor, col-prismacolor pencil, and I just keep outlining with the micro pen, because sometimes when you erase you forget to trace certain parts. So I'm making sure I erase all the pencil marks, everything. I just want the black outline of the illustrations there. And I continue going over the eyes with the micro pen. Now I'm gonna be coloring. My first color that I use is R20, and it's for the blush. I usually start my coloring faces by first adding the blush color to the cheeks. Then I go over the lightest color, which in this case is my new one. It's the E000, and I like this for fair skin. It's one of my favorites. And I just cover that because that's their base layer. That's gonna be the base layer. It's gonna kind of mix up, blend in with the blush color of the cheeks. Then I go over the second color, which is E00, skin white or pearl white. It depends on which one you have, but they're the same color. So I go over, that's my second darkest color. I go over the shadows. Then again I grab E000 and blend those colors in. As you can tell, I forget the ears. I always forget the ears. Then I'm grabbing E11, and that's gonna be the shadows, another darker color for the shadows. And it's the one I'm gonna use to make the nose, like you see. The nose. Then a little bit on the top. Then again I grab the base color and I blend all those colors in. And I grab my favorite one, E57, and I always use that one. That one is always close to me. Is the one I use for hair, eyes, and eyebrows. It's a really such pretty color. Then for lips, I'm using RV52 for the lips. It's a beautiful color for lips. And then I grab E11 again and I go over the ears. Since I forgot, I always forget. And then again I blend in those colors in the ears with E000. And again I put another layer of E57 on the eyes to make the pupil a little bit darker. And I started to color the upper lip another layer of the same color. It adds more dimension, more it looks more better when you add a second coat to the upper lip. I'm still adding shadows with the E11. And again I decided to go again a third layer of E57 for the eyes to make the pupil darker. Then with my micro pen I go over the eyebrows. I create those hairs, strands on the eyebrows. Then I outline again parts of the face to make them darker, more dimensional. So overall, this is the technique that I wanted to demonstrate. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Please like and subscribe, and also check out my Etsy shop. See you until next video.